Far more amazing, she'd kissed me back. What had been a warm, playful friendship shifted, all of a sudden, without explanation, to something else. Like a door had suddenly opened and bang! We got to invent whatever was waiting on the other side. I felt tickling in my lower ribs, and under my feet, and down the back of my neck. Like a starting pistol was about to go off for a race I knew I could win. Where had this even come from? Oh, Jesus. Had I just been saying all of that out loud? Or had I maybe not been saying anything at all? Better say something normal and mundane, I decided, just to make sure this isn't a dream. I'm starving, I said. Let's eat, she said quickly. Decisive. I liked that about her. Italian. Twist my arm, she said. I was going out to dinner with Sara Renault. I couldn't wait to tell my mate Danny. He'd met her once and said all kinds of improper things about her sexy backside. He wouldn't be saying them anymore. Not to my face, anyway. We realised that we had floated down Huntington halfway to Copley Square before we thought to actually stop in front of a restaurant, which happened to be a little Italian bistro called Napoli. Despite being named after my favourite Italian football team, it looked romantic. Amber walls, candlelight, intimate tables, the atmospheric clacking of the green line trains through the open window. Here, I said, peeling my eyes off her. She nodded, looking as dazed as I felt. Just give me a sec, she said, suddenly reaching into her purse for her phone. I tried not to stare as she thumb-typed a message with amazing speed and sent it off. Pretty good dexterity you've got there, I said. She rolled her eyes. At least you won't be underfoot making those awful puns anymore, she said, and added, I just had to ask my neighbour to feed the dog. If I'd been paying more attention, that moment would have held portents for me. But I was never one for portents. Leave portents to the Hamlets of the world. I was more of a Laertes, quick on the draw, slow to reflect. And if you think that's foolish, even Samuel Beckett said dancing first and thinking later is the natural order. So there. But back to our story. Everything about the place, about existence in that moment, was magical. Perfect. The late afternoon amber light at that perfectly photographable angle. The soft summer breeze, the scents of Mediterranean spices wafting out from the kitchen. A host, dark-haired and sharp-looking, was standing at attention at the door and seeing us linger. He welcomed us, gestured us in. He looked so pleased to see us I wondered if he owned the place. I noticed he gave Sara the eye, subtly. Naturally, he had to, since he was Italian and she was beautiful. He escorted us to a little table by the window, and then sent over the waiter, also pretty sharp-looking, who introduced himself as Mario, and pulled out his pad. And would you like something to drink on this lovely evening? He asked with a whisper of an Italian accent. I'd like a Burgundy, if you have one, said Sara. We only have Italian wines, but if you like Burgundy, I recommend the Barbaresco. She nodded, and he jotted it down. And you, sir? I supposed if he was Italian, he knew his football. Are you a Napoli fan? I asked him. He froze, pen on pad, grinned briefly as he realised what kind of bloke he was serving, and then frowned to cover it. Sara glanced between us uncertainly. No, he said firmly. That's the owner's team. I'm for AC Milan, of course. AC Milan? Ah, yeah. Picking the club with all the money. He focused intently on his pad, but a twitch in his lip let me know he could handle the slagging. I suppose you, sir, he replied, are for Liverpool. Even Sara knew to cringe at that one. Would you like to take this outside? I slapped the table. I'll tell you, Mario, your tip's getting smaller by the minute. What is this cultured and beautiful lady doing with such a man? Mario asked the ceiling, then winked at Sara, who beamed and looked even more beautiful for it. Thank Jesus for Aries' impulsiveness, I thought. That kiss was the best move I have ever made. Off Mario went to get Sara the Barbaresco, and myself a cranberry soda with a twist of lime. It's not what you're thinking. I'm not an alcoholic.